Well, we woke up this morning, just a tiny little bit of snow. This is a bad idea. Alright, so basically in yesterday's vlog, I pretty much called that New York was about to have a crazy winter storm. There is a massive snowstorm about to happen. Literally the next 24 hours here in New York City are gonna be brutal. And looks like my weather forecast was pretty much spot on because there's literally at least like 6 or 7 inches of snow right outside of our balcony. Like, I kid you not, I can't even open the door. That's like just from this morning. Right now it is pretty windy and it feels like it's gonna be like that for the next couple of hours. Well, my buddy Gavin hit me up, so we're gonna go and try and shoot in the snow. We're gonna do it for the vlog, we're gonna do it for you guys so that you guys can see what New York City looks like right now, because trust me guys, I'm literally from Texas. Like, this is so surreal to me. Alright, so right now I'm packing up the bag because it's gorgeous outside and obviously the New York City snow just looks better on camera. So despite how cold it is outside, I'm doing this for y'all. Yeah, the snowstorm is literally no joke. You guys can see how deep it is, but luckily the snow trucks have already come and cleared the streets out. Kid you not, it is brutal out here. Alright, we have made it out here to Central Park in the middle of the snow. I figured Central Park is going to be a great spot to try and get some footage of some people. Supposedly there are people sledding out here, so let's get shooting.
To fight tonight. Fucked and drank all night. Acted all alright. Had no need to fight tonight. Cast me far away. Play these little games. Acting all okay. Today. Cast me far away. Play these little games. Acting all okay. Today.
So unfortunately my battery actually ended up dying, and I'm looking over the footage and I realized there wasn't a ton that I actually shot, so I definitely wanted to take this opportunity and do a little bit of the behind the scenes on my editing process. I know for me it helps out a ton to see how other people edit their own videos, and since this sequence wasn't too complicated or it didn't have any crazy effects, I thought it'd be a perfect example to kind of show you a little bit more about how I do my edits. Alright, so first off, when it came to editing the sequence, obviously I'm gonna have to find a track to use that has some nice beat drops, which are definitely gonna be great to edit to. And then the second thing was actually done while we were filming, and it was using this haze filter to give it that soft dreamlike effect. Basically this just softens the highlights, and last year when it was snowing I used this filter and I was really impressed with the effect that I was getting. So I definitely wanted to have that dreamlike effect, and the majority of the clips in the sequence are basically shot in 4K at 120 frames per second using the Sony a7S III. But basically while I was shooting I couldn't really find a story I was trying to tell with the snow until I came upon the hill where everyone was sledding down, and I just kind of realized this is a super unique New York thing that not a lot of people around the world may be able to experience. So I definitely wanted to capture this moment, and basically since I'm shooting in that slow motion, I'm able to do a lot of cool speed ramping effects, or take it from slow motion back to normal speed and then slow it back down. And I think going along with the flow of the music really helps tie that whole effect together. Basically since the song has kind of a slow build, in the beginning I'm just kind of setting the scene, showing the hill and how people are sliding down, and then basically as the song is reaching its climax I've got it slowed down, but as soon as that beat drops I've got it going back to regular speed with just a little bit of keyframing the position and the scale to kind of just zoom in slowly on that guy going down the hill. And then basically that's the same kind of effect I'm doing on all these clips in the sequence. A lot of slow motion cutting back to that normal speed just gives you a lot more fluidity in the motion of your videos. Now a couple of these shots, it may seem like I was taking them from 2 different angles with multiple cameras, but it just happened to be a coincidence that these people just kept sliding down, so I was able to capture it from 2 different angles and then cut it together to make it seem like it all happened at one time. And then as the song slows back down, I just kind of cut back to very simple cinematic slow motion shots, and the purpose of me putting these clips in the sequence is that this part just really showcases the beauty of the snow. And obviously we got these shots of the ducks in the pond con, just kind of showcasing how they're not fazed by this cold at all. And then with some nice color grading, just gives it a really cinematic mood. And then basically as the sun was setting, we got this really gorgeous sunset, which just looked incredible with that hazy filter. For basically all these shots, I was shooting on one lens, which was a 28-200. So I had a huge focal length where I could basically zoom in super tight on all these buildings or get those super wide shots as well. And then the last couple of shots in the sequence were actually shot by my buddy Gavin using a glide cam, which is similar to a stabilizer, but it just kind of gives you this gliding motion. And when you slow it down, it just looks very cinematic. And then finally, the last effect, which kind of just ties the whole sequence together, giving it that cinematic look, is going to be those cinematic bars. And this is a super easy effect. You have to do is throw on a crop filter to your adjustment layer, and then basically you can just adjust the top and the bottom. Usually for a cinematic sequence, something around like 8 is good. And then now you've automatically got those cinematic bars to give you that widescreen look. But guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this behind the scenes of how I edited this sequence. I hope this was helpful because I know watching how other people edit and their thought process behind it helps out a ton while I'm shooting. So if this was helpful, don't forget to drop a like down below. Comment if you guys want to see more editing behind the scenes, because to be honest, this is kind of just like second nature to me. So I've gotten pretty comfortable with it. So if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them down below. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.